So here we have it.
Mhm.
So definitely, guys, we are indeed grateful for your patience and having taken out the time to be with us today on Cyber JA. But most important is the fact that we have a professional in the industry,
Yeah,
and that uh, like good friend that I've established over the years on this LinkedIn platform. So it is indeed a great thing that professionals are able to network in this way to build our skill sets with each other as we go along in the industry.
mhm.
So for sure,
Yeah,
as we go along, you will definitely be sharing your story, your journey as a
yeah, man.
cybersecurity professional, and also more so to look at the posts that I've done recently as it relates to. And no doubt, this is a topic that is
Mhm.
always being discussed about data breaches. We have
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
many tools, we have so many cybersecurity professionals, but yet still we are finding ourselves being breached by what we describe as the bad guys. But before we actually look at all these reasons,
Mhm.
then you want to get your story, your journey, about yourself, the type of things that you do as a cybersecurity professional, and more so for those that are coming up in the industry of wanting to become a cybersecurity professional, they too can gain some insights that can advance their careers. Yes.
So, Mr. Raja, so let me introduce myself first. So you can see my name is PK Sharma, but I have a very big name according to the Indian culture. So I short it to the PK Sharma. Otherwise, the guys call me Sharma, Kumar, Parminder. But it's quite bigger name for another country than like Parminder Kumar Sharma. So that's why I keep it short, PK Sharma. So I started the journey as an IT guy in the healthcare sector, Mr. Yah. Quite bigger name for another as a IT guy in the healthcare sector. So when I enter in the healthcare sector, I look for the certain things like I start working with like CT scan, MRI scan, so these type of machines networking, fiber based, network based, and in 2013, I tackled with first cyber attack in the healthcare sector. But before that, I'm just normal IT guy who just do the security policies, who just follow the other instructions, who just
Yeah.
follow the instruction given on the internet, who just follow the instruction given on the books, not out of the box before that attack. So just a normal cybersecurity guy who just under the box. That's but when I make that cyber attack, so that attack leave a good lesson on me. So this is the ransomware attack from the Chinese guy on one healthcare sector where I'm working. So for the Pacific, I didn't share about that thing. So they use some vulnerability to enter their network and try to steal, not try to steal the data, try to encrypt the data. Yeah, they are possibly enter their network and encrypt the data, but according to the most probably every company have the backup of those data. Yeah, so but we show the data from that backup. But so the lesson I learned their footprints. So after the cyber attack, it is me to curious about how they enter, how they know that weakness. Even we have a firewall, how? So the major thing is how. Once the how stuck in your mind, you start learning. So then day by day, year by year, I start investigating about the things about the cybersecurity. I'm starting out of the box. From past of the 2 years, Mr. Raja, I'm dark web investigator. I start investigating in the dark web how the cyber criminals communicate with each other, how they sell the products, how they do the reconnaissance phase, how they do their own research development on everything that is well known to the market, how much budget they have. It's like the associate center, like big infrastructure have their own associate centers, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So they can do some TTPs. They can learn about the another cyber criminals. They can learn about the malware, so they can apply that security policies to the current premises. So they in future they can mitigate that attacks. Yeah. So even I just talked about that post recently that you shared on the LinkedIn. According to my experience from this past 12-year experience in the cybersecurity, in the cyber line. So like, and another thing I just want to let you know, guys, I'm the IT trainer too, Mr. Raisha. I provide certain IT trainings as a freelancing. I am freelancing consultant and freelancing analyst and also freelance PACS analyst. So PACS is dedicated for the healthcare sector. So where we just create a network and project for the CT scan and scan, so interconnectivity, intercommunication, the secure channel. And just for example, just like budget, budget. Major thing for the every company for the IT project is the budget. Because if you don't have the good budget, you can't run your SOC center at that level so you can protect the future attacks. Yeah, but I'm thinking about because according to my experience, every day there is a new malware, there is a new development, and the cyber criminal have unlimited budget. Just common example, I'm just going to took the example of the Lockbit guys, Lockbit ransomware. Yeah. So recently their 3.0 version is breached, so their source code is available for the normal public, so anyone can build that basic ransomware with the help of that source code. But yeah, it's not a good thing. But we have the affiliate program available for the normal public, so anyone can build that basic ransomware with the help of that source code. With the help of that affiliate programs, so you can join them. They can pay you up to $50 million. Yeah, if you are able to craft the novel tools, they can pay you more than a $50 million. And if you are a normal IT guy, just let them know this is my company because they can give you a percentage.
Exactly.
So even we didn't know when any IT guy become an insider threat. Agree?
Definitely agree.
So so looking for that things, many companies start creating a legal policy with the IT guys. So legal agreement. If they
Definitely
find out any these type of discrepancies, they find out any these type of things like even in future, many of the IT guys just leave the job and due to some money, they share the information of to another vendors. It is not a good practice. Many of the IT guys just
Exactly.
leave the job
So,
and due to some
based on
money,
what you're
they
saying, is
share the
that
information of to another
we
vendors.
will continue to
So
have
it is not a good practice.
data breaches within
Yeah.
organization,
Hmm.
regardless of the tools that we have, or the resources that are implemented on these networks. One of the big factors is the lucrativeness of these attacks, especially on the side of insider threats. And at
Yeah.
times that can be very, very difficult to really recognize
Yeah.
behind
Recognize.
organizations. So that is also one area that organizations will have to definitely work on in terms of putting those measures in place to identify
Yeah.
these individuals and all the lucrativeness of why it is that persons would definitely want to jeopardize their organization.
So basically, I have one example. So there are two type of companies. So is told by the Cisco main head. So the company who know they are breach, the company who didn't know they are breach. So basically, first thing, why the cyber criminal steals your data? The major part is money. They don't have any respect for anything. You are a hospital, you are a kindergarten school, you are a toddler school, or the kindergarten hospital doesn't matter to the cyber criminal. So they want to just carve the money from you. Even
Exactly.
even the other thing, if there is none of things available to the steal from you, just example for the Chinese guy recently, I tackled with their things. I share the TTPs to someone else, but they do. So they choose your resources. For example, you are running a SQL server. So they have the special malwares available in the darknet, Mr. Raicha. So easily they can manipulate your SQL Manager file to insert the Monero miner into your SQL server, so they can use the sources and mine that cryptocurrency from the even a basic computer, even a server. If they find out, like for example, they find out weakness in your company, if they find out the data is not that level, so we can encrypt and ask the money from you, they do that thing.
Yes.
If they find out, like for example, and if they find out the data is not in terms of and ask the money from you, the breach. First, I just want to talk about the SOC center, security operation centers in the companies. Some companies just think about like investing in the SOC center is not good, is wasting of money until they learn the lesson. Until they learn the lesson.
Yes.
Like the thing is
And
that if you don't know who is your enemy, then how you can tackle with that enemy? Until they learn the lesson. So
and that
you need to be prepared yourself to find
is
out what are the weaknesses in the enemy. Your enemy, then how you can tackle with that enemy. Until they learn the lesson. So
and that
you need to be prepared yourself to find
is
out what are the weaknesses in the enemy, then how you can tackle with that enemy. So
yes.
Mr. Yes.
So that is where I was saying the challenges lie.
Hmm.
So in light of all this that is happening though,
Hmm.
what's your recommendation for
Yeah, my
organization?
recommendation. So, according so recently, just today, I talked about the one post so I share on the LinkedIn. So, the one of the malware group are trying to be sell their program based on the Telegram group. So, first of the cyber criminal are communicating over the Telegram, and they also use their own channel to communicate to sell their products. Yeah, we also talk about the mitigation, not the mitigation, but according to my thing, so we need to be provide that type of aspect so we can protect ourselves. It's not the mitigation, so these are the some things that I'm thinking about according to my knowledge. So like even they have that type of stealers, worms, they can easily bypass our firewalls. They have better associate center and they are better than us in a business, the cyber criminals. Because is not like us. For example, just one cybersecurity analyst, what is his job, Mr. Richa? According to you, what is his job?
Yeah, cyber criminals, the main focus is to get inside the system at whatever cost possible.
Okay, so he go to the company, right? 9 to 5, just example. That's it. After the 5, he think about the company or not.
Not
That is the fact. If once you enter in the cybersecurity line, once you join any company, this is your home. If you want to be, give your 100% to that company. Otherwise, you are just a sheep or just follow the rules. My duty hour is 9 to 5. Then after I didn't know what is happening in my company.
exactly.
You are just sheep. You are follow others have said bear. I'm also said bear. You are not expanding yourself, man. Also, you are not expanding your knowledge. Is you are even you're out of the duty hours. Even I met many of the IT guys. They work like the home in the country. Even they are out of the duty hours. Even they are on the off. If any emergency happen, immediately they available. That is the good thing. And another thing is, yeah, if we got the like CISO job or the cybersecurity analyst job, we just stick that job. Okay, we are earning good money. That's it. It's not a bad because we need to update ourselves every day. So there are the many uh, Twitter groups you need to follow guys. So they just investigate about these cyber criminals available, these cyber criminals available. Even the many antivirus company, firewall company launched their TTPs with the help of their logs and information. So these are the techniques and procedures about these malware. So you can apply. So even I make my hobby every day, Mr. Racha. So my hobby is every day to invest every morning time to find out the cyber news, what's going on around the market every day. So with the help of that knowledge, it will hit something in my mind. I need to be research that area so I can share the knowledge to another person. If anybody, Mr. Raja, can ask me question about the cyber criminal man, I can give the answer to anything. But
And
again, it's us. It's our responsibility to teach us, not the someone's responsibility, not your job responsibility. And it's not a good practice. Yeah, you hire the cyber team and you take it out after the cyber attack. It's also the company's responsibility to provide the trainings, to provide the knowledge trainings, or to provide the practice training so they can carve their skill, so they can enhance our new skills. Also, the training is most important things. Even you are a cybersecurity analyst, you are a CISSP certified, you are CISM certified, whatever certified. Certification is good, but in another term, is a piece of paper. Piece of paper. Why? Many of the guys I've met in my life, they have that piece of paper that don't have the skills. Yeah, I'm freshly passed, I'm CSCP done, and I have that PhD. And if I ask that guy, hey, do that thing, protect me from that cyber attack, protect me, how? Then how I can threat hunt that type of ransomware or the like the malware who's using the Tor network to communicate their command and control server? How you gonna capture that network? Boom, there is
that
the
is,
hand.
and you're basically um, mentioned something very important as it relates to why it is that the bad guys are continuously breaching organization.
Yes, yes,
That's
continuously, man.
between a group of cybersecurity professionals being employed in an organization and a team of what we classify the bad guys who
Hmm.
are persistent in terms of being passionate. They have a
Yeah,
target in mind and they will
yeah,
not researching, because the thing is that these guys are using the same tools, the
yep,
same methods, the
yeah,
same
man.
procedures, the same resources that we, the good guys, classify to be good guys, are
Hmm.
using. But these persons take these their skill set far beyond what the
Yeah.
9 to 5 job would take in terms of protecting that environment.
Hmm. Yeah, even so, just another example. We have a knife in the kitchen, right? We teach everyone so we can slice the apple, we can peel off the apple, right? If someone attack in our home, we didn't teach us use a knife to protect yourself. We look something else. Agree?
Yes, agree.
We looking something else. Hey, I don't have that weapon. I don't have that weapon. Instead, we have a knife too. The same thing with the cybersecurity tools. Even the Nmap. Just example, Nmap for the network reconnaissance for the OS fingerprinting. But if you think out of the box, Nmap do 200% more power for the hacker. So we can comply some script with the Nmap so to grab the information for the even we can manipulate the Nmap to do certain type of things. It is not like my job is just supply sorry scene. My job is just log reading in the scene. My job is just communicating the scene. That's it. So I find out any pop-up, any error message, any notification, I investigate, that's it. So for example, if I am working in some company, if I found some malicious IP address, problem IP address, then I investigate. Even I hired by the many company for the analysis like take of the cyber attack. So I just share my experience. A couple of months ago, I helped one Hollywood guy, Mr. Cyber Raja, to protect their website from the cyber attack. and, and and I investigate those guys belongs to China and one guy also belongs to the US. A real time location. But if we talk about the today market, the cyber criminal, I have a list. Number one, North Korea, advanced precision. Number two, both are the number two, Russia and China. Russia and China. So we can call China number two, we can call Russia two. It can depend on us. So these are the three malware groups, EPT groups are too dangerous. So they are the some US based and one group as a even the some of the ransomware group belongs to the Netherlands.
Yes.
They share the information that belongs to the Netherlands directly. Even they choose the another thing they find the weakness is the bad practice. Yeah, we follow the books, they follow the beyond the books. Like we follow the rules just like ARP, just common example, the ARP cache. But ARP cache. But if we look for the flaw, so with the flaw, with the weakness of the ARP cache, we can do the manage middle tag, we can intercept information within someone else when two persons are talking with each other. Even humans also have a weakness. The major weakness for the humans is trust, the major weakness. So cyber criminals, even the scammers, play with your trust. Even
Exactly.
in some of the cyber criminal sites, Mr. Raja, they have the dedicated training how to hack the human, how you can play with their trust, how you can win their trust. So you can carve the information from that particular guy or girl or lady.
Yeah, very
And,
important.
yeah, man. And another thing, the breaching. So there's a two terms. Every company have their backup policy. Then still company pay to those guys. Why? Because of their reputation. The major thing is the reputation. Most probably, if you look on the today market, 99.9% company have the backup policy. They back up every data, but they are still breached, but they still pay to those companies, sorry, those cyber criminals for their reputation. Because once their reputation goes down, they can't achieve a good market. The
Yes.
same thing, yeah. But if you look for 2013, 15, 16, what the ransomware guy do, they just encrypt the data, don't steal the data and ask the money for decryption. Once the ransomware guy learned the lesson, they have a backup. Let's cover from the backup. Let's update our policy. Then the ransomware guy is the not only the one, most of the they are the many cyber criminals, they update their policy, they start creating a new malware, new tools who have the stealer capabilities. So they can threaten you. If you don't pay, we can release your data to the public. So anyone can read your data, anyone have the information what's going inside your company and what is your revenue. So
Look, one of the challenges, though,
hmm,
when I really look at this thing of data breach, and
yeah,
isn't there a vast difference between the cybersecurity criminals and those who are hired by organizations to be security
yeah,
professionals? In that, when you're a cybersecurity professional within an organization, there are certain boundaries, there are certain legal or ethical
yep,
framework that governs you in terms of the things that you can do. The
yep,
bad guys are pretty much like in the Wild Wild West. You break
hmm,
things, you do things unethically to
yep.
achieve just about any outcome. So, I mean, with that said, it simply means that most of the cybersecurity professionals will never be able to totally extend ourselves in that capacity.
Basically, Mr. Raja, they can extend. Yeah, we need to follow some company laws, company policy. We can't be on their rules. I'm agree with you, but if the company has a security of operation center, proper dedicated center, so he need to be research about these cyber attack. For example, the vast company they share some TTP about that guy, so they figure it out the TTP. Even they just find out the malware somewhere else. Or for example, you are the crypto based company and you want to find the information in the cyber criminal market, so what type of the criminal will also they have these type of tools. Even many companies, Mr. Raja, I didn't talk about the company, so they have the cyber security analyst, they buy the cyber criminal tools. For what purpose? Not for the hacking, for the investigate. They pay to the cyber criminals. Many companies do that, so they can protect their data from these type of if they pay just the one example. So there is a one tool available at $150. The worm in the cyber, so the worm can bypass any anti emulation thing. Even the worm is can't run in the emulation factor. Even the any run, even the sandboxing, everywhere you want to be captured. Even you open the task manager, open the system runner tools, they crash himself, delete the every log files, everything at just $150. So,
Yes.
so
These are the
the thing,
challenges.
Yeah, this to tackle with that challenge, so we need to be create a proper good investigation team, or we need to provide a train to our cybersecurity analysis. Hey man, you need to invest your time on that thing too, so you can provide today, so you can tackle with today's cyber criminals, not that yesterday.
The point that you've just made is very important.
Hmm.
And cybersecurity experts will say that we understand each other, we speak the language,
Yep.
but at the end of the day, it's the budget of the company
Yeah,
that
major thing.
makes the difference in all of this, in terms of what budget is approved to get what teams in place, what resources in place.
Yeah, that thing
How
is
do we actually um, communicate this sort of
yep.
information to get the support that we need to put together
So
those cybersecurity team within
yep.
organizations?
Yeah, man.
That's
So the major thing is the budget. Everywhere, if we talk about the company, if we talk about the cybersecurity teams, first they think about the budget. But according to me, companies also think about their reputation. The budget can be earned, the money can be earned, but the reputation is hard to re-earn. So the company stakeholders, company owners need to understand what is the risk and what are their factors. If that thing happen, what is my value in the market? Once they start understanding, Mr. Raja, once they start understanding, they start investing on the IT security budget, even the associate centers. First, even the company owner need to investigate, or it's our responsibility to let the company owners know. So, hey, Mr. Boss, so these are the beacons still available in my country, oh sorry, in my company. So we need to fix, and if we didn't fix, so these are the flaws, and these are the things can happen in future. If that things happen, so these are the drawbacks. But the cybersecurity person need to have that vision. Not only the vision, just like I click on the vulnerability assessment tool, Nessus tool, or any tools. So give me the vulnerability report. That's it. The cyber criminal do more than the vulnerability. Even if they didn't find any weakness in your company, they create a nuclear missile to launch your company, man. Or they can use the kill chain. So for example, you're buying the stuff from the other company, they try to find a weakness from that company, try to be killed. Even the cyber criminal most probably 60 to 40% hired by your competitor to take down your reputation. If you look at the today market, for example, someone is running an e-commerce website. The another guy also running an e-commerce website, but he don't have a good business. He find out some information on some Twitter links somewhere in the telegrams. Hey, I can disrupt someone's service for that much pounds, that much dollars. So even the weekly based service, Mr. Raja, hope you heard about the one attack is the Mantis attack. What in that do? 5,000 ports do the 65 million requests per second on that particular e-commerce web server. 65 million requests per second is hard to mitigate. And just pull out the power cable, I say bye bye.
exactly. So,
So, yep, yes,
we recognize that within the organizations, that for organizations, it is very challenging. But at the end of the day, then they definitely will have to put a plan in place to ensure that when they do get breach, then
yeah,
there is continuity. I think that is one of the
hmm,
key things. A lot of companies have the perception that this happens to X company or Y company. This won't
yep,
happen to me because I'm a small business, I'm a small
hmm,
organization. So
hmm,
I think at the end of the day is for companies, organizations to think about the continuity to protect their data, their reputation, and more
yep,
so the that integrity of their
yeah,
customers that they have to work with.
yeah. Everything is depend on the cybersecurity person, man. Everything is on us. It's not the company. Why the company hire us? A major question: why company hire us? It's not like we earn that degrees. It's not like that we have that type of skill set. Is that we need to protect their assets. Yeah, if the data breach, hey sir, I'm the CISSP certified, I applied that security policy, I applied that framework written on the, I applied that ISO framework, I applied that NIST framework. Man, cyber criminals don't follow any framework. First, they think about how they can breach that framework, how they can bypass that framework, then they come to you. For example, if just example, the Sophos company launch the patch for any vulnerability. Once the patch is launched, the cyber criminal start working on that patch. How we can bypass that patch? They have
That's
unlimited budget.
that's the key thing that I always try to bring out to individuals, that while we cybersecurity professionals are thinking about applying all of these frameworks, these patches, all of these things, which are good,
Yeah, which are the good too
we
for
are
the
not
small
thinking,
business, which
we
even
are not
good for the
thinking
big
about
business.
how to break, how these things actually can be broken.
Hmm.
Most times we are not thinking about that. We are rather thinking about what we can put as a mechanism to prevent this thing from happening, but
Hmm.
rather not understanding the
Hmm.
vulnerabilities. Instead of just identifying a vulnerability by running, for example, Nessus scan,
Yeah,
we do not spend time to really understand how it is that that vulnerability is created.
yeah. So even from the awarenesses get the information. This belongs to the vulnerability. First, cyber criminal found that weakness. Then we know that that weakness is that CBE number CB 2022 dash 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 dash. First, cyber criminal find that weakness and then start acting, start using that weakness to enter your PIMs. And after that, these type of vulnerability assessment tools let you know that this is the vulnerability, the cyber criminal is using that vulnerabilities in your number.
Yes. So from this, I am recognizing that this is a never-ending story. It's a never-ending of
It's never
the
ending, man.
mouse or the cat chasing the mouse, vice versa, sort of a situation. But
So
just to, I mean, just to kind of wrap things up or to put things
yeah,
in a
yeah, yeah,
perspective,
sure, sure.
what is
If,
that you would
yeah,
give
if
as that recommendation in light of
yeah,
all?
recommendation. Yeah, sure, sure. For my recommendation, wrap up to think about that thing. Think about a cyber criminal. Be a cyber criminal, not be a cyber criminal. Just think about out of the box. Don't trust any software, even the vendor is providing you a software. First, verify yourself, test yourself, and even you have a firewall. Yeah, we apply that patches. After the patches, did you do the pen test? Did you do the pen test? Or did you do the vulnerability assessment? Even the many company do the one vulnerability assessment. Some of the company, Mr. Zaicha, choose a two type of vulnerability assessment so they can compare with their report. And after that, they hire the pen test, the manual guy, because those vulnerability assessment follow the rules, script. They don't have any brain. If they found any weakness, then launch this script. If I don't find any script, launch this script. Just they are the piece of the script and the software. They don't have any brain. So after that, when they get these type of reports, they have the pen tester, manual guy. He has the brain. He need to know when to dig, when need to be hacked, and when need to active force so the firewall can crash, the application can crash. Even if anything is crashed, they also share some information. If in the crashing information, the cyber guy or the guy get the information, he can use that information to enter your network. But again, we apply the security policy right, like our Google Chrome apply the security patches, but after that, recently 2 days after that, there's a new vulnerability, a new weakness. Again, the cyber criminals are too, they spend their time too expensive to learn about the weakness of our human. Means they follow their jobs just like a life. This is our life. Means they everything take very seriously. It's not like my 9 to 5 job, then that's it. So is the cybersecurity person's responsibility to keep him or keep her up to date. So like the threat hunting, threat investigation, yeah, we can do the CYSA plus, we can do the another certification. They just bring you the tools, but is it useless until you can't play with that tools? And every tool have a bad face, every good face. Is on us how we can use and how we can talk about that tools. So like Nmap. So Nmap for the like port scanning, that's nothing much more. Even if I think from the out of the box, then let's see what Nmap can do. Let's see what Nmap can do. It can do the vulnerability assessment too. Basic Nmap. A one script, you can do a little bit vulnerability assessment with the help of Nmap. Wireshark, common example. Many cyber criminals use the Wireshark, but IT guys use the Wireshark for the troubleshooting.
That's pretty much so there we have all these differences in terms of going beyond the
Yeah,
mindset and the psychological approach
yep.
behind it. Because these cybersecurity breaches are
Hmm.
not just about launching various DDoS attacks, and but it's a psychological
Yep,
uh, aspect of things that actually
yep. The
allows
major
these
thing.
guys to be winning the game most of the time. The
Hmm.
approaches that they use. So
Eh,
definitely, it's a never-ending story. But at the end of the day, recognize that it's all
Yep.
about the
So
preparation that
after,
goes in.
yep, yep. After that, the major thing company need to be, for example, instead of firing the guys after the breach, anything happen. So what I'm thinking about, provide the trainings, learn from that lesson. It's not like to fire that guys. Example of the Uber. They
Yes,
fired the whole team. Now they're looking for another cyber guys. Man, I don't want to
and
spell that, but
there lies another huge vulnerability in filling
yeah,
that gap.
man. So, and the another thing, how we can protect from the insider threat. Awareness trainings is the most important one, and you need to let them know if you find out any guilty, and these are the penalties, man. These are the bad penalties. You can be under jail for the 5 year, or you can sentence with that $1,000 billion of money. Even you leave the job after 2 year, you can find the guilty. Hey, I share that information. The company is still using that server. Money, money talks, but is bad for the reputation. Yeah, you can earn the money as, for example, me. I can talk about that company, share the information with one guy, so I can earn the $50 million. That is the one time. But if I caught, if I catch by the police, useless for me, for my family, everything. So it's our responsibility. Don't fall for the money. Don't fall for the shortcuts. Always choose wise and good road. And
Definitely.
also, it's the company's responsibility to provide the trainings to their cybersecurity analysts so they can up to date themselves. Yeah, I know that is my our responsibility too, but sometimes a company need to be do the investment on the cybersecurity. Even the cyber awareness training, so cybersecurity professional training, certification training, tools training. So these type of the tools available. I provide many cybersecurity trainings to the cybersecurity consultant. Even some of the guy didn't know how the man-made attack happened. Just they want to know, so we spoof with the help of this spoof network, we can spoof that thing, but even they didn't know what is the root. So how you become the CSSP guy? I just read the book, a weekly 15-day properly, and give the exam. I pass the exam.
So
Skills.
it definitely goes beyond.
So
Because
another thing, another option, Mr. I just want to share you. We need to invest our time on ourselves, just like playing with labs. Not like you to be buy the money, buy the online labs. We can build our own labs. We are the ID guy. We have the lots of 90% of the things available free in the market to play around. 90%. But the thing is that the time we need to be get that time, or we need to be get or the settle that particular time for us, so we can play around with that particular stuff, so we can learn and we can protect our company. Also, we can protect another business. Time is the major thing. And the second thing, a little, just not the high investment on your associate center. We need to require that 10 or 1,000 of computer for that. Even a two computer are enough for the associate center. Just a little bit of project. You can start with the two computers. That's it. A small router, small fiber, small different internet. You can start associate center with the two computer. But require a vision. Require a vision.
right,
So now, and in the end, again, updates. Every day is updates required. Every day updates required. Even talk about AP, talk about the APTs, advanced resistance that guys. So APT most probably we know that sponsored by the companies, even the countries, dedicated state sponsor APT groups, even the cyber criminal guys. So they are like us, but how? How they become the cyber? Because they more than us. They invest their time in the things. They learn from the rules. Yeah, anybody go for the networking. Yep. I know how to crimp the cable. I know how to crack the. I know how to set the rules in firewall. Do you know how to break the rule in firewall? Do you know what is the weakness in your firewall? You are the network guy. Do you know little bit manipulation in the cables? You can tap the cable. No one think about that thing. They just follow the books.
That's the difference. That's the difference that we have to contend with as cybersecurity professionals to think outside of the
Yeah.
box.
So one
Like,
of the guy asked a question in the chat box. He's a foreign. Hope you see, Mr. Raisha. So where do those APT and the cyber criminal learn from? Mr. Farn, they are like us. They invest their time. They take it seriously. They have the one question in the mind: how? The major question. So same like I give the example of the knife. We have a knife. We can slice the knife. We can slice someone. It depends on us how we can earn that skill. But how we can earn that skill, we need to do the practice. You can do the practice with your labs. We will many times failure with the labs to set up the labs, do the ping command, do the whatever the things you are even the threat handling many time failures. Don't lose the hope. Don't lose it. Even 30, 20 time failure, don't lose the hope. Every failure, you will learn a new lesson. You learn a new way, a new technique. Every failure. So again, the major thing is spend time with your tools. Your tools have that capability, so they can break someone, they can attach someone, they can protect someone, they can breach someone. But it's our responsibility, not your company's responsibility, even not the teacher's responsibility to teach you how you can use a knife to kill someone. Yeah, so I can show the road, I can show the door, Mr. Raja, but it's depend on you how you can walk on the road, how you can reach on your destination. I can show that road. I can show the tools. I can show the power of that tools. It depends on you how you can use that power and how you can manipulate, how you can double the power. Again, it's us, it's the cybersecurity persons. We invest the time, again, spend the time with the lab and learn the things. Not so there are the many YouTube channels, many other channels. They also share some good knowledge. Yeah, these are the good guys. But the good knowledge is only that particular topic, not the deep. So like someone learned the hacking from the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I hacked the Wi-Fi. I learned that YouTube video, hit that command. But how? The common example, WGPA2 encryption. It can be hacked within 5 minutes. But how? So it have a weakness of the four-way handshake. We capture that handshake. Just capturing that handshake, we can reveal that information. What is your password? Means so you need to be know that if you are using any tools, you need to be know their positive and the negative points too. It's not the teacher's responsibility. It's our
definitely,
responsibility. We need to find.
yes,
So we need to think. It's not like I'm the sheep, I'm the god, just 9 to 5.
yeah, sure,
So in the wrap up, that's it. Keep up to date yourself, guys, and keep learning, keep investigating because the cyber criminal invest 2 times more time than you because their one purpose is to count the money. How they can count the money? If they invest in their tools, if they invest times in their tools, even the novel tools, even we didn't think about. So Mr. Raja, if you invest more than a 2,000 to the 5,000 in the cyber criminal website, man, you have that type of tools. You can't think about it. I don't want to talk about these tools. You can't even the one hardware. For example, you on the mobile phone, they can intercept your frequency. It can read your messages, can read your voice calls, can read anything. Hardware, black box tool, man. Buy from the cybercriminal website. Intercept your RF frequency. So look,
So there is definitely a lot to learn, a lot
yes,
to grasp, but at least the basics can be put in place.
hmm,
And just to, as a cybersecurity professional, of coming
hmm,
in the business is to extend yourself, to
yep,
learn as many tools, to learn the approaches, to think outside
yep,
of the box, so that you can really provide the services that are
yeah.
required to protect
Not,
an organization.
yeah, not like a NASA just hit the scan button and scan your network. NASA also can do many things, Mr.
Yes.
Raicha. NASA could do many things, but we didn't find what are those things.
Hmm.
So many pen tester tools do the certain things we didn't know, but a cyber criminal know. A little bit manipulation your antivirus files, they can bypass your antivirus. Yeah, we know that we have the antivirus. Even a little bit of manipulation with the of a file of the antivirus, you can crack the antivirus, get a lifetime antivirus free.
Exactly. All right, guys. So there we have it. Uh, wealth of
Yeah, man,
knowledge to,
built of knowledge. If we talk
to
about that topic can be shared long.
yes, it can be go on. I mean, cybersecurity is one of those
Yeah,
broad fields that never ends in terms of
yeah,
all the
yeah.
possibilities.
So even Mr. Saharaja, in future, if we got the time, we can talk about the cybersecurity roadmap.
Sure,
If someone just entering the cybersecurity line, so which are the certification is good for him, and which are the roadmap are good for him, in which areas they can invest their time, so they can easily start earning the basic money, so he can support himself and go for further. I
exactly.
met many PhD guy, but they are useless. I'm not the PhD guy,
Well, that's
but have
that's
good skills.
that's definitely a discussion that we will definitely be having in the future. That is
Yeah, in
definitely
future.
one discussion that always seems to have a lot of debates and confusion among upcoming professionals. So I
Hmm,
definitely look forward to having that further discussion with
hmm.
you. So there we have it. Insights from my friend PK Sharma, cybersecurity expert professional in the industry, sharing with us. So thank you for your time, your
Yeah,
valuable time.
thank you, Richard, for your time. So I, I share my knowledge with you guys. In future, we will come with new things, new. So if you require more one, so bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Enjoy. Have a good
Enjoy.
life, and don't forget learning. And practice is the most major one. Practice, practice.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
All right, my
So
friend.
take care.